President.
Obi-Wan!
Hello, Dex.
Take a seat, I'll be right with you.
Well, hello, Michaela, and hello, listeners out there. Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, Michaela.
May the 4th be with you always, Brian.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this week, we covered Star Wars as is per tradition, because I said it so in our first one. I said, hey, it's May the 4th. We have to cover Star Wars. And, therefore, we've covered Star Wars every May the 4th coming forward. But this year was a little strange, right? Because May the 4th was on a Sunday. So it's like literally like right in the middle of like two of our release times.
Sure.
So I wanted to do something a little fun for it. And it involves a bonus cocktail from a place that we've been a couple of times, Michaela. You talk all the time about how you have a black hole for Star Wars movies. Do you have a black hole for all the other fun Star Wars stuff we've done? We've been on the Galactic Star Cruiser. That was fun. We've been to Galaxy's Edge a couple of times. That has been fun. And we've definitely been to Oga's Cantina a handful of times, and that has always been fun.
Yeah, no, those are pretty unforgettable moments, I think. Olga's Cantina, if you've not been, look, it's a lot of fun. You got to make reservations through the Disney app and all of that to go in and do it, but it's a great time. Especially if you don't have a ton of really little ones with you, you can go and really enjoy it. They've got amazing cocktails. They've got some small bites. The ambiance is incredible. As long as you don't mind standing, because I think it's pretty much standing room only there, is the way that works. So if you go, send us a picture. Enjoy it. We have had, I don't know how many cocktails from there. Every time we go, we go through a laundry list to try and order as many as we can, because we never know when we're going to get to go back. And sometimes they have new offerings like this cocktail, the Corellian Spiked Cold Brew, which is, I think it's fairly new.
I think it is fairly new. Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to cover it this week because we talked about Attack of the Clones on the main show this past week. So you tasked me, as you mentioned in the episode, with finding a cocktail or cocktails for this. And usually, I think in all of the Star Wars films, save A New Hope, we've done a couple of cocktails for the movie. We only did one in this episode because I wanted to save this one back so we could talk about it here for May the 4th. But I'm thinking about what happens in Attack of the Clones. Some stuff happens. Anakin and Padme fall in love, big whoop. Obi-Wan goes on this adventure to find Jango Fett. Who cares about that? The Geonosians have the Death Star plans. No one cares. But you know what people do care about? That is going to Dex's Diner. Dex's Diner is the best. You got Flo. The waitress droid there, Flo's awesome. You got Dexter there, he's awesome. And I thought that the Corellian Spiked Cold Brew could be something they would have on the menu at Dex's Diner. Maybe it's a little too fancy for Dex's Diner. I don't know for sure. But it sounded good to me. And I was like, let's do this. This sounds great. And I don't know what the exact proportions of these ingredients are. And it doesn't matter because however you put this together, it's going to be delicious. But I did as follows, Michaela. So I went into I took like a little like measuring cup kind of a thing. And I put in 1.5 ounces of bourbon, a dash or so of like vanilla, like extract, like a nice quality, like Madagascar vanilla extract. So maybe like, I don't know, like an eighth of a teaspoon, like just a couple of drops of it, right? So just a little bit of that, a dash or two of orange bitters. And then I put in a half an ounce of brown sugar syrup. It's just a simple syrup made with brown sugar as opposed to white table sugar. A half ounce of that. And then 3 ounces of cold brew coffee. I gave that a stir. I put it into a bottle and I gave that to you. I said, here, drink this over ice. It'll be delicious.
Yeah, I did. But what I added was some ube cold foam. Now, ube, if you don't know what that is, it is a sweet potato powder. And it is not just any sweet potato.
It is
It's
a purple
purple.
sweet
Yeah,
potato. Yeah.
yeah, it's purple. So it looks when you get it, it looks like purple, I don't know, just purple dust almost. And it's got a really like, I don't know, decadent flavor profile to it. If you use enough of it, you're not going to use that much to make it purple. You're going to use maybe half of a teaspoon, okay? But you're going to add that to some either heavy cream or half and half. I recommend heavy cream because it's going to be easier to whip. And then you're going to use like a little, you can either hand whip it if you want to die of tennis elbow, but you could also use like one of those hand mixer thingies. They have
Little
cold foam,
coffee
like
frother. Yeah.
coffee frothers that you can use. Warning with this. What I also did was I added a little bit of powdered sugar to make it a little bit sweet so that the foam was nice and sweet as well
Ah.
as purple. But you want to be really careful because depending on the level of mixing that you do, this will turn into whipped cream real quick, which is what happened with me, unfortunately. So my pictures don't look nearly as good as Brian's because I went from foam to like peaks of whipped cream. It was still beautiful and delicious, but just not quite the same. So just be careful with that. But what you're gonna do is you're
Okay.
gonna when you pour this out, if you do it correctly, the ube foam is just gonna sit beautifully right on top. It's gonna pour nicely. You're not gonna have to spoon it out the way I did with my whipped cream. But if you do it that way, it's still gonna taste great. It's still gonna melt beautifully into your martini glass or whatever it is that you put it in. It's going to taste amazing and it's going to look real cool. The purple whipped cream definitely looks like something that would be like a sweet treat at Dexter's Diner for sure.
That's right. Yeah, it does look really good. You before we started recording, Michaela had told me that hers got pretty stiff, and yeah, with the addition of some powdered sugar, that could definitely be the case. Powdered sugar has a little bit of starch in it, so it is going
Ah.
to stiffen up a little bit more. I used just like a bar spoon's worth of table sugar in mine, so mine stayed nice and soft. Right, it was more of a like a kind of like a solidified, runny consistency, I guess, is no better way or more appealing way to describe the consistency of it. I used a liquid ube extract in mine. Like one drop was all it took to get this thing like as purple as all get out. It was amazing. It has just a little bit of like flavor of like the sweet potato to it. It's so like interesting but delicious tasting. Like
Mm.
you can't describe it and make it sound good, but it is really nice, and it paired really nicely with the coffee. As I mentioned, the ingredients here matter, but like the amounts don't really matter. Like if you like a sweeter coffee, then go with some more brown sugar syrup. If you like a nice, just like a straight up like black coffee, you could definitely dial that down. But I liked the vanilla and the dash of the orange bitters here. It gave it a little bit of structure, a little bit of kind of more interesting flavor there on the cold brew coffee. And then the ube foam on top was just lovely as well, as it kind of
Mm.
melted down into the coffee as I was, sipping it through a straw there. That was really good. And yeah, this one was pretty good, Michaela. We're gonna have to make our way back to Orlando, or maybe back out to Anaheim. Check out Oga's because yeah, we haven't had this at the source. So anyone out there who has, send us a picture of it because I would love to see the way they do theirs versus the way we did ours.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, send us a picture because I put mine in like a ice cold martini glass. And then I was able to kind of use a spoon to kind of mix it in and like more like a treat instead of just like a coffee. Yeah, it's real good. It's definitely worth people's time, especially if you like coffee like any sort of like an espresso martini. This is going to be right up your alley. Um, yeah, for sure.
hmm Yeah, for sure. And that brown sugar syrup, it's going to last for a long time. You can use it
Mhm.
in other cocktails or, just definitely just use it in your coffee. Like if you're adding sugar to your coffee, you do the brown sugar because it is delicious. So,
Mhm.
Michaela, it is May the 4th. Hopefully everyone out there is having a fun Star Warsy kind of day. So before we sign off, Star Wars question for you, Michaela. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, that's so hard. In the entire universe?
Yeah.
Oh
You have
gosh,
you have you
honey.
have you have nine
Oh,
saga films now. You have three other films. You have like 100
oh,
TV shows, animated shows, books, video
oh, this,
games.
oh, it's so
Am I making
hard.
it easier?
No, you're not making it any easier. I don't remember her name. You're gonna have to tell me her name. I'm gonna tell you who she is.
Okay.
And to be fair, it's the first thing that came into my mind. So I don't know if she's actually my favorite, but it's the first thing that came into my mind. So in the show Andor, Andor's mom, where
Marva.
he Marva, that's it, where he's like, I'm going to worry about you the rest of my life. And she just looks at him and says, that's just love. That's the way it was, you know? Oh, yeah.
If I had it to do again, I would wake up every morning and fight these bastards every day, she says, right? So
Hmm.
there you
Yep.
go. There you go. So yeah, so that is it. Mine is of course R2D2. But I don't know, maybe you already knew that or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that
I
is
did, but the listeners didn't.
the
So
listeners
if
probably didn't.
anybody wants
Yeah,
to
that's
send
true.
Brian some love, you can always send it in the form of R2D2. He will take it. He will think it's amazing.
You can send me an R2D2 for sure. So yeah, so absolutely. So that is it. That is our May the 4th little bonus snippet there. Go mix yourself up a Corellian Spikes Cold Brew or go to Oga's Cantina and have one from the source. Send us pictures and have a fun and happy May the 4th holiday. It's an annual holiday now. And we'll be back next year to talk about Revenge of the Sith. So there you go. So all
There we
right,
go.
force willing. So all right, well, thank you so much. Stay safe, have fun, watch some Star Wars, and we'll talk to you soon.
May the fourth be with you.